There's no place like home. There's no place.
Home.
Our house is a very, very, very fine house with 2 cats in the yard. Life used to be so hard. Now everything is easy 'cause of you. And now...
Well, hi there and good morning. This is Home Wizards, where we love to help improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole.
I'm Eric Stromer. Hi, guys.
Hi. And, are you one to decorate for spring kind of holidays at the Stromer house?
What, are you kidding me? You know what's coming, don't you?
A lot of good things are coming.
Yeah, that's right. It has to do with baby chicks and all that kind of good stuff.
Hippity-hoppity.
Hippity-hoppity.
And today is St. Patty's Day. This was my mom's birthday, and her name was Patty. How cool for
Oh.
that. But, if you're thinking about St. Patty's Day, like today, you're running around on errands, and maybe you're going to have a family get-together, and you want to have just a quick little burst of the green, you get a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, and back in the day, it used to be, I got to find some green beer somewhere. I just don't have that desire much anymore to go to the tavern and the pub and mingle with all the people wearing green underpants. It just doesn't send me anymore.
Green underpants.
Yeah.
How do you know?
Well, that's the problem. When you get to these places, that ends up showing up on you. Yeah.
And you being from the Illinois area, I'm sure you went to Chicago where they paint the river green. And
they do, yes.
that.
I spent quite a few of these holidays there. And my kids my kid last night, she was like, Grandma, this is my little daughter, Willow, so when are you going to give me the present for St. Patrick's Day? My mom actually was like, I'm not giving you anything for St. Patrick's Day.
Wait, so like
here's a cookie.
The
basically.
leprechaun comes, and now it's like a whole nother...
Somehow she now believes that she's supposed to get the presents for whatever she does.
You got to nip that in the
No,
bud.
I do.
That's going to get really bad.
I'm like, listen, you're going to be lucky if you get an egg, kid. You better straighten up.
Well, so I think that for today and tomorrow, if you want to have a little green, have you seen these bells of Ireland? Do you know what I'm talking
yes,
about?
you know what? The little tiny flowers that come off the end of the... Is that what you're talking about?
Well, they're stalks of green. And so if you can picture a very bright neon green stalk, and yes, there are little baby white flowers, but more significant are these almost shell-like little flowers, if you will.
Okay.
But there really isn't a true bloom. It's mainly green on green, but it's so vibrant.
just hold the phone.
Uh-huh.
Now, last week you were telling me about this ground cover, and some of those had the little bells on them.
Right.
This is something different?
This is different, but it's a really cool thing that you can get, as a cut flower to give you the sense of St. Patty's, and it segues into Easter, which is what I like because we're already here. And now we want something that lasts. You can put
it's
in a
a
vase.
transitional thing.
It's a transitional thing, and it's
see.
a really, really bright, pretty green. You can also grow it in the ground. I know you're working on your landscaping.
Oh, am I ever?
This is something that works great in shade. It's called Bells of Ireland, and so check it out. If you go to, it's kind of hard to find at the nursery, but you can find like burpee.com.
Oh, okay.
Burpee.
Burpee.
It's a seed and flower.
Oh.
It has no relation to the beer, the burpee.com.
No, that's
just
right.
So you know. So think of that, Bells of Ireland. And then, of course, if you want to try to grow shamrocks. Now, there are a lot of the places out there that are selling little cute
Wait, I have a question
shamrocks.
for you.
What?
Have you ever found a 4-leaf clover?
I haven't.
Have
you?
No, I've searched high and low.
Oh, high and low. To Ireland.
Yeah, and I used to lay in the lawn in high school and look for these things.
I know. And a lot of times it's cute to kind of have kids search for them. But I think that a lot of folks hate them
It's
in
a
their
lifetime of heartache. Take it from me. I've never found one.
Oh.
I know.
You're in shamrock therapy. Well, so you can find them in the store and get them in a cute little container.
Yeah.
You can also grow them because some people think that they are weeds because a lot of times people's lawns are covered with these shamrocks and they want to get rid of that. But so you can grow shamrock in your garden or you can also grow them inside. But all it needs is bright light and a little bit of moisture and well-drained soil. And what a cute thing to have, for the St. Patty's Day.
Oh, that'd be really nice.
Yeah.
No, I noticed you're not.
I'm not
wearing anything green.
Neither are you. I know.
I also noticed you're here in a bathrobe. What's
Thank
happening?
you,
What's
yes.
going on with you?
Well, anyway, so the shamrock is a thing to think about. How about Easter related? Because now we segue right from St. Patty's to Easter. And I think a lot of people, from holiday after holiday, it starts to become overwhelming. Like, where do you put all these holiday decorative items?
Well, you just don't get a break, do you? I mean,
No.
I just feel like we got out of Christmas. And now
I know.
I got to go out and drop, some coin on these Easter basket deals with the kids.
Well, you don't have to.
Well, I kind of do. Look, she's holding me ransom, this kid.
Willow?
Yeah.
Well, you can do things with, there's stuff around your house that we can make. So I thought
let's
talk
figure,
about
let's,
some of the
let's
things.
see what we have. Yeah.
All right. So first of all, I think that for a great Easter decor, before we get to the baskets, because later we're going to talk about Easter egg hunts and coloring eggs, but really simple spring decor can be using things that you have. How about, for instance, everyone has a paper shredder. Do you have a shredder at your house?
I don't, actually.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
Do I have to get one of
these? You
these?
don't have to, but it'd be a good
Do you
idea.
have one?
I have a shredder.
What do you do with yours?
You can use that to create an egg's nest, a little chicken's nest.
Oh, like the little stuffing stuff.
Yeah. You probably could get that from, an Office Depot. Maybe they have
Sure.
a bag of it already pre-shredded. Like you say, it's shipping
you
stuffing.
can use it with some old pizza receipts that you get from the
Exactly.
delivery service.
But that little paper shredder stuff becomes almost noodle-like. It creates a paper nest.
Oh.
With a little.
So you mean you're just using it like free in a basket
And
itself, or you use it to weave a basket?
You could put it in a basket, or you could put it on a table as a design, and then you could cover it with either plastic eggs or put the eggs that we're going to show you how to dye and decorate. Put that inside these little nests as a centerpiece.
I like that better than they sell that green plastic stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about that. Yeah.
No,
so this is a great alternative.
Yeah, and it could come like in a nice brown color. So it
and
looks even more.
you could probably get the construction paper and use it with color stuff.
An old Trader Joe's bag and shred that baby up.
Well, this is a good idea. I might do that.
Why not? Instant, boom. And I like to because since it's not fresh. You could use. We'll tell you about these.
Well,
eggs.
you could also keep it for the next year if you want.
Well, you could exactly without having to have too much storage in your garage. A potted plant display always is good, right? Something you can kind of give your Easter look with a little window box with some small potted plants and so forth. But this is something that I think is kind of cool. If you take some framed Easter postcards, you can get these at like vintage art stores or flea markets.
Oh, that's
if
cute.
You can imagine those old postcards that have like a Beatrice Potter, a cute bunny rabbit or something like that, and then stack a few of them with maybe some old Easter books on a little shelf.
Right. Oh, I like that.
You're not impressed?
No, I am impressed. I was just actually thinking because I was walking by the chocolate joint in the airport the other day, and I saw the bunnies are showing up, the chocolate ones, and I remember the big deal was you had to get a solid one versus the hollow ones, right? And then I was also thinking like I'm going to have to buy a bunch of this stuff now, so maybe we can have some input on what to get and where to get it.
And we're going to talk about some more great little Easter displays. In the next segment, we're going to talk about how to make an egg wall display. And you can actually buy some of these little baby quail eggs online and in stores. They have little speckles on them.
Yeah.
And they're empty. They're blown out.
Oh, just the shells they sell?
Just the shells.
Wow.
And so envision putting those maybe in your shredded paper in a nest.
Oh, that's
kind
cute.
Of a little, Isn't that cute?
Yeah, it is.
And then you could put some little chocolate eggs in there with those.
Yeah. But see, again, I got to tell you, this holiday to me, it always represents my kids get hopped up and then they pass out.
Hopped up?
Yeah, hopped up on the candy, and they're just running
like
around
Easter
like
bunny.
crazy people, like chasing each other.
All right, when we come back, we're going to talk more about some of these really easy and interesting and inexpensive things to kind of give your home kind of the Easter vibe.
I love the look.
spring
I love
vibe.
the look of the eggs. When they're in the. I just love it.
And wait till you get later on in the hour. We're going to talk about how do you dye eggs, and we've got some really creative solutions for that. You're all listening to Home Wizards, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. As we segue into the break, we'll come back with more great ideas to get your spring groove on. Home Wizards, right here on KFWB News Talk 980. Welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards, where we love to improve your home and improve your life. I'm Cindy Dole.
And I'm Eric Stromer. Hi.
You've entered the world of Eric Stromer's voicemail, a world of home improvement. Eric's very busy at the moment, completing all the unfinished home improvement projects across this great nation of ours. Leave your message now.
Oh.
Wow. That's
Isn't that great?
Your cell phone, that's what I get when I call you and you're busy.
Yeah, now, whatever. Jeez, hurry up.
Now.
Isn't that great, though?
He sounds like one of those movie trailer guys.
Yeah, he sure does. He's a good friend of mine. He was actually the sound guy on our TV series.
Can you say what his name is?
I can't right now.
Okay.
Otherwise,
right.
I'll have to pay him.
Okay. All right. Anyway, welcome back. You're listening to Home Wizards, and we're talking about Easter decor. Yes, happy St. Patty's Day, and hopefully you're wearing the green or thinking of some green. But, now it's going to be gone in a flash. So we're planning ahead for the next one and the next, and we thought Easter would be good.
Yeah.
Some spring stuff.
Yeah, and Easter's always a lot of fun. It just represents for me, well, spring cleaning.
And
filling a 25-yard
kids.
dumpster full of garbage around my house.
Yeah.
And then buying a bunch of Easter stuff for them, and then they get hopped up on the chocolate.
Don't be feeling
I'm not
stressed.
but see, this is why I love the balance here and on a fine show. You know, I get stressed out about this stuff because of the kids and the family element, and then you just bring me down with some great tips.
I bring you down.
Not
or
down,
bring
but I
take you off the cliff.
That's exactly what you do.
Off the
That's
cliff.
it. And I think you do that for a lot of folks.
Put the gun down.
Put the gun. Step out of the vehicle. I can't tell you how many times I've heard that.
Well, how about? I mean, who doesn't love Jelly Bellies? And I'd love a really quick way. I mean, of course, if you're not like my husband, because my husband will eat on the Jelly Bellies throughout the week, and now they're with the decor. But how cute is that? The multicolored rainbow colors of jelly beans, if you will, in one of those really pretty white bowls, white or kind of an iridescent glass bowl. Almost vintage.
So it becomes a nice display for the color. Yeah, I love that.
So that's kind of a cool thing that you can do.
Now, does Bill eat all the stuff before you put it out?
He eats a little bit of it, so you have to kind of be careful. And, of course, the dogs will try to eat it.
Oh,
so, yeah. Let's see. Another really fun thing that you can do, a springtime door decoration, is you gather a bunch of flowers, either real or faux, and you put them into an umbrella. And then this becomes kind of like a little country-esque decorative thing, and you can tie it in a ribbon and put it on the front door. Maybe that's not your vibe, but that's kind of cool.
No, that's really, really nice. I love it.
I really love this one. Now, I know you're a big fan of Brussels sprouts.
I don't know why. You know, by the way, have you seen them? They're in every restaurant.
I know. What is that?
I was in New York City last week, and every single restaurant served the Brussels sprouts.
So, like, it has this is its turn to have its moment in the sun. The Brussels sprout.
It's the Angelina Jolie of vegetables right now. It's the it vegetable.
Well, you've got to try this. If you have foam cones, you can get them at like Michael's or whatever.
And by the way, I've got a ton of foam cones.
You do?
No, I'm kidding.
Okay. Well, you're gonna make an Easter topiary if you can envision the pretty green, fresh Brussels sprouts. You can buy them by the bundle, right? And then you get like a 15-inch tall foam cone. And you're going to put it in a soup tureen as a pot, and then you fill each tureen with the foam, and then you can use either pins or hot glue and get those Brussels sprouts into this nice cone-shaped tree. And so it's a topiary
that's actually beautiful.
For the table.
You know what? Now, at one of the local markets, they sell the Brussels sprouts on the stalk, and it looks beautiful. So I can imagine on the cone it would be really nice.
And you carry it around kind of like Father Christmas.
I actually hit my brother with
okay. Like it's a whip or something.
It's a weapon.
So you can then have this beautiful little topiary, and then in the base of it, fill it in with pretty moss, or again, you could put little chocolates in there, or the jelly beans.
Yeah.
So now you have an Easter tree.
That's really nice. Yeah.
You can do that this weekend.
I could do that, but I'll probably cook them instead. By the way, I love making them, the Brussels sprouts.
And we had a good tip recently, right?
Yes,
and you tried her tip.
And I did, and tell the folks who that was from. From the restaurant.
Right.
You remember.
We can't reveal it right now. It's a secret. She promised that we wouldn't.
Okay, well, you bake them. You bake the Brussels sprouts. You don't boil them.
Mm-hmm.
That's a casual way to do it. This is the way,
flower Easter cups. Now, everyone has those little paper baking cups around the house, but if you get two of them and have different colors and pastel, you kind of nest them inside of each other, and then you can put the candy inside of that. This can become a cute little place card holder when you have your Easter meal, or even have it earlier, like for tonight if you're having a little St. Patty's meal.
Yeah. Why? By the way, why do they serve ham on Easter?
I don't know.
Do you know what I mean? They always have the ham. My mom always makes a ham. Why did she make a ham instead of a turkey?
It's tradition.
All right. I mean, is there something about a ham?
We'll find out later. We talk with Jeffrey Sod.
He might know. Okay.
Here is another really cool one. You can make an Easter branch bouquet if you have a hot glue gun. Do you have a hot glue gun?
I actually do have a hot glue gun.
They can be kind of tricky and dangerous, right? But
yeah, but they're great. They work fantastic, and the glue doesn't stick too much. So if you do get it all over your furniture or something while you're doing it, you can pull it off when it dries.
Have you gotten on your furniture?
Yeah. Well, yes, I have. And I do a lot of craft stuff.
And then
with
poor
the kids.
Hazel is sticking to the chair.
Poor by the way,
Yeah.
I told you that Hazel, there was a raccoon invasion at my house, and I come home the other night from the airport, and guess what? Hazel has the raccoon in her mouth.
Well, it was in self-defense.
It was in self-defense. She was protecting the house, and she kind of was whipping the thing around a little bit. And
like
then
it was a stuffed animal?
Kind of. And then it ran away, and it was fine. But it was,
Hazel had a rape.
I was so proud of Hazel.
Very good. Go
Yeah,
go Hazel, but
I
she's
know.
had her rabies shot, so she's not going to get
No,
any,
she'll be okay.
because those raccoons can be nasty.
Yeah.
I love flowering branches, and driving in today to the studio, you see a lot of cherry blossoms around. Have you seen them? The pretty
I have
little
seen them.
different
Beautiful.
shades of pink
Yes.
everywhere, especially with the dewiness of the rain that we've had today. And there's so many of these branches that you can buy.
You showed me that the other day, that website where
Yep.
they sell the branches, and they're either spray painted or they're
Exactly.
different shapes. They're beautiful.
Well, this website's called SaveOnCrafts.com, but they have all different kinds of examples. You can just Google it, too, on how to use a fresh branch, whether it's red dogwood or a moss branch or some of these, any kind of
And then
flower.
on that same website, they had up lights that you could
Yeah.
shine up and kind of get a really nice look, an artistic look in
And
the
what a-
corner of the room or something.
And what a great way to kind of create a spring look. And especially when you put in a vase of water, these branches, they'll have a bloom. Have you ever tried that? It's so
I haven't.
cool.
No, I just put them in dry usually.
And they do look great. And if a nice tall vase that goes on the ground, like you say, it's in the corner, uplit with a light,
Right.
like your dad would suggest with his artistic background and lighting.
Well, he sold French Impressionist art for years,
So I think that'd be a fun thing to have for spring, taking you right through to early summer.
Love that.
Here's another really cool one. You saw the picture of this where you mix flowers with vegetables in a cylinder vase. I mean, and picture carrots. If you have a nice, wide, almost like 10-inch across, maybe 6 inches tall cylinder, vase of some kind, clear glass, and then you're going to put flowers inside, some cut flowers inside the water, but then all around the perimeter, the wall of it, you have carrots
Yeah, that's beautiful.
with the stalk and all, just kind of standing all around a row.
And you know what else I love? Like when you go to the spa and they've got the cucumber water and the
Yes.
mixed fruit in there. It looks beautiful. It seems appetizing.
And it also kind of takes your stress level down, doesn't it? It kind of just looking at the
Well,
cucumber. and
my
the,
stress level at the spa usually is a result of how high-waisted the robe is.
oh, really?
I just look like I'm wearing a matador coat
Oh,
when I wear
that's
those
not-
robes. Yeah, it's bad.
But on you, I'm sure it looks
It looks
good.
terrible.
All right. Well, that's another really cool idea, I think. You can always use those little egg cups. Have you seen those little egg cups that were, you buy to put
Sure.
a hard-boiled
Yeah,
egg?
yeah,
And
yeah.
you can use those and put plastic eggs in them as a cute little quick centerpiece
I like that.
or placeholder.
Yeah.
I mean, if you already have them, why not use them?
You mean like the poached egg cup thing?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. And then I also love the idea of getting tulips and roses. Like picture red tulips with white roses, really pretty. And then you can stack them inside a cup, or if you have a little teapot. I mean, again, easy. Don't have to buy
Right.
anything, other than maybe just the cut tulips, and you're done.
Love that.
Well, we have more great Easter-related ideas. Do you remember the day when you would dye eggs, color them? I mean, I can still.
What do you mean? Do I remember? I
You do
this
it every day,
all the
Every-
time.
Well, I can
this
still
is my
smell.
world.
I can still smell the vinegar from those
Yeah,
days.
and then the little wire thing that
Yes.
holds the egg when you pull it in and out, you dunk it. Yeah.
And the kits that you'd buy. Well,
Yeah.
we have some really exotic and beautiful ones. I mean, I know for you, you're in your household, you do the crayon method.
Well.
But we have some really, you wait till there are gazillions of them, like a Fabergé egg, a chocolate egg. We're going to tell you how to blow out the egg and then make it look like it is truly a piece of art that you can keep year after year, the shell of the egg.
Oh,
So that's all coming up.
I haven't had luck with the blowing out of the egg. Let's talk about
I know.
that.
You're saying that it's kind of gone in reverse.
I don't. It's
No,
like I'm
ick.
sucking in the yolk. It's not good.
No. But it's a great way to go when you do
Are
it
you
right.
supposed to push or pull on the thing?
Push, you blow,
Oh,
you
well,
blow
that's
it
my
out.
problem. I was doing the wrong way.
So we'll talk about that and more as we help you kind of get your way into the springtime. We love that. It's a great celebration for those little girls and little boys in the family with you. And we get into the break with one of my great songs, Butterfly
Don't put.
Kisses.
Why did you?
love
Now I'm
Butterfly
completely going to go
Kisses.
down and heap in the
That's a sweet
corner
song.
weeping.
Home Wizards, Eric Stromer, Cindy Dole. We're back in a moment here on KFWB News Talk 980.